Hi everyone, welcome back to Eleanor's Restoration. The last time I saw you, I removed the floor. This video I'm going to be looking at preparation to get the new floor in and test fitted. First thing I'm going to do is look at the toe board to see if it can be saved. I have got my doubts, but I'll only know once I remove the leftover floor in the front of it. So that's my first job. Then I'm going to look at getting the floor prepped, the panels it's getting welded prepped, and I can get a test fit. Now the test fit I'm a bit nervous about because it'll let me know how well the bracing's held up against the jig, which is renowned for making the shell bend slightly. So fingers crossed, and let's get started. Not the most comfortable things to work in. Tight because of the bracing, tight crawling in and out, and unfortunately tight because the camera's there and I'm trying not to knock it for you guys. So that bit came off fairly easy, purely because when I put that on, my welder packed in, I tried to carry on, which then led to me getting a new welder. So the welds, some of them were okay, others were not good enough. So that's why that came off so good. The other side is the original floor. That's not been replaced before, so that's going to take a bit more sanding back, drilling out spot welds, and then I'll get a true idea of what it's like underneath. I'm not going to do that on camera because it's a similar process, it's time consuming, and I just want to get on with it. And what I'll do when I've done that side, I'll come back and I'll let you see what we're up against, what it looks like. Right, I've stripped the toe board all the way back. I knew this part here was missing the ledge that comes out from the normal toe board because of a previous repair I done years ago. So I knew this needed looked at. What I wanted to do, or what the goal was to strip the rest off and see the condition of the rest of it. So now I've done that, I've had to make the decision that I'm going to have to replace the toe board. It is solid across this side here, and it's solid here. This part here would take a bit of repairing, and if it was that on its own I might consider that, but I'll show you in a minute. As we move further up the bulkhead onto the wing for the box section, there's just quite a few bits here and there, and I know that when I start digging deeper the rust will go deeper, so it makes sense. It's going to be a lot more work, it's going to be a bigger expense, but I want to do the job properly, and I've come this far, so I may as well just do the rest. The front end was always kind of going to be left till last, and it was kind of been left there, so I'm not really changing my plans other than welding onto the floor from here. But like I say, I'll attach that temporary so it can be lined up. I'm getting closer to test fitting the floor, but before I do, I'm going to prep some of the areas with paint removal and put in zinc primer on, so that I've got less to do later on when the floor's in place. So I'm going to go and do that just now. Before I do, I'm going to let you have a look at the bulkhead and show you some of the areas that I'm not happy with and that I think will cause me greater problems. And because of that, that's why I've decided to replace not only the toe board, but the whole front toe board, bulkhead, cross member, all attached. It will be worth it. Starting from the very top, you'll not be able to see, but underneath there's a bit of rust at the top of the bulkhead. Definitely on this end, and I think it'll go all the way along. So there's the first. This was a temporary repair that was done earlier on, and I'm not happy with it. Obviously it's taken away the profile. It should have the indent for the master cylinders, so that was going to have to be tackled. You'll not see it, but underneath here, where the master cylinders caused a bit of damage to the cross member, the bolts all snapped off and the metal was very thin. Sheared off bolts here, and yeah, looking underneath you can start to see rust. Now it's just surface there, but it does go deeper, and I know that when I drill it's going to get deeper. So all of this helped make the decision of what panels I'm replacing and what I'm keeping. Preparation. I'm going to go and get the panels prepped that have to be welded onto the floor, and also the floor prepped so that it can be welded on, and then I can do the test fit. Nearly at the stage to get the floor fitted. This, I thought by putting on a time lapse, not very exciting stuff, it's just basic stuff, but I thought by putting it on, speeding it up, it gives anyone out there an idea of how much work's involved and all the sort of methods that I've used personally. So yeah, if it's bored anyone, I do apologise. I'm trying to cover as much as I can without boring people. That's my main goal. But yeah, I'm nearly ready to get the floor fitted, test fitted at least, and I'll need to get help for that because it's far too heavy and there's not enough space in here to do it myself. A few things that do worry me. One, this bottom brace bar here, I think maybe too low or too high is when it's upside down, and I think that the floor may foul on it. I'll deal with that when I come to it. I would rather maybe just cut a bit of the bracing off if I can, rather than remove the bracing at this stage, so I'll deal with that when I come to it, but I kinda am worried looking at it and the measurements and things that it will be an issue. Other issue, which has been there since the start, no matter how much bracing I've done, is if the shell has maybe twisted slightly, either up or down or side to side, I'll only normally try to fit the new boot floor. Boot floor? No, the new floor. The floor had a few imperfections in it, bends with welling, etc. So I might need to fettle a few of that as well. So although it's heritage, it costs a lot of money. You're still going to get, you know, you're still going to need to fettle some of the metal, which they did at the factory when they built it as well. So what I'm going to do next, all this paint's drying, all the preps on the floor's done and the shell's done. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to mask off this bit here and this bit on here, and I'm going to give the area on the doorstep, which is going to be sealed, a couple of coats of normal paint just to give it as much protection as it can for the future, because once this is welded on, this will not be seen again in here. So I'll show a couple of shots of that as I've done it, and then finally I'm on to test fitting the floor, which I'm really looking forward to, and it's been a long slog getting here. Nervous and excited all at the same time. Right, I've got my helper here. We're going to try and lift this on and see how it goes. I've trimmed some of the part here and part here, but I still think that I might need to take more off, but I'll not know until I've lifted it on. We're limited for space, we're really tight, so we have to be careful and it's fiddly, but we'll just have to go with it and see how we go. So that was hard work, and it was awkward, and it was heavy, and there's not much room. We took our time and chipped away. It's not completely fitted. It's basically sitting roughly in place where it should go. The doorstep, the inside to the inner sill, is really good on both sides. The outside of the doorstep onto the outer sill, not great. The outer sill is going to need manipulated to pull it out a bit on both sides. The front, I've not touched at all where it meets the toe board, because when I spin the car around, put the weight on it and then use the self-tappers, it'll pull it all close there. And when I do that, it'll also pull it down at the back, so I need to get it fixed in position at the sides before I can spin it around so it's secure, obviously. So I've still got a lot of working to do, but from a very, very, very rough initial sit and fit, it's looking good. I didn't expect it to be perfect, and it's a lot better than what I was hoping for. It's not catching on the front or the back anymore. You've seen me cutting that out, so yeah, I'm just going to go away, spend a bit of time, get it all how I want, get it all clamped, all solid, and then I'll pick up in the next video from here. So here's a look at how it's sitting at the moment, without really doing too much to it, and I'll pick up in the next video. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!